Great Debaters Contest is brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.
The Great Debaters Contest is going through great lengths this year to bring you the very best of debate. We are in Nakuru region. Welcome to the show. I go by Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Yambok. Today we have Singore Girls versus Anestar Boys Lanet. Their motion is innovation is a stimulant to immorality.
First proposer, you have 3 minutes to blow us away.
Thank you very much. I think it's time we decided if it's innovation of our young ones or our young ones over innovation. Sean Gatia, Anestar Boys Lanet, here to propose the motion that says innovation is a stimulant to immorality. Let's look about mobile phones. They are part of innovation. I'm sure that once in a lifetime, we've been in matatus going to somewhere, then all of a sudden someone receives a phone call and is like, hey, hi, I'm going to Nakuru, just give me 5 minutes, I'll be there. However, the place we are in, the matatu we're in, we're going to Mombasa. What is this? This is immorality. Why lie to where you're going instead of saying the truth? Hey, my friend, I want to be able to be there at that particular time. So we'll have to take some time and do things maybe later or at a later time. Also, some people get fake SMSs from M-Pesa talking about, hey, you've won 1,000 shillings, you've won money. However, that's not the fact. These people are giving even Bob Colimo a lot of challenge in the work that he does, whereby they're also distracting someone's privacy. Also, social skills also make people be isolated in the community. For example, let's say when someone is isolated by himself, he makes himself be prone and is tempted to doing some immoral activities while by himself. He may look at pornographic videos or search for things that are not needed in the society. Also, innovation has brought to things of sex toys. So these sex toys, they make people prone to diseases like cancer and also physical harm to the genitalia areas. Why is this? We won't refuse that this is someone's technology and this is innovation, but why is it innovation in the negative way? Why shouldn't they have made it something that is more useful than in bringing immorality into the community? Also fashion. So we have the people in the Western countries. They dress in certain ways because due to their climatic conditions, for example, their summer, their winter. That's why they dress in the way that they dress. But here, people try to emulate them, whereby we don't have such harsh weather conditions as them. What you're trying to do, let's say you're wearing clothes with crop outs and walking in towns. This is immoral in the community, which makes people lose focus on what they're doing, and they tend to look at your immorality, which also makes them very angry. So I'm hereby standing and saying that innovation is a stimulant to immorality. Thank you.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes for your opening statements.
I'm vertically challenged. They call me a dwarf. But then, I'm happy that I'm a dwarf because I'm among the very chosen few. And when I say chosen few, I mean those who have ever believed that the city of Atlantis never existed. Those who believe that Bale will one day leave Madrid for United States. Or maybe even those who thought that Argentina peso will one day become the global reserve currency. You are the chosen few who have a clear and good meaning and fathom on innovation. Innovation being the accomplishment of ideas, structures, development, and technology. Changes are locked in a new value. All the way from Elgeyo Marakwet County, this Singore school, I am Batsheba Nyumbane. On to my first point. In the field of medicine, there have been wrangles. Ever since, there have been struggles in terms of morality. But then I'm proud that the health sector has won these battles. Give a good example of the United States of America. For the past 25 years, its life expectancy rate has overwhelmingly increased. In addition to that, AIDS, a disease that once was so incurable, has now been able to be managed. And above all, I'd like to give Dr. Ahmed Khaledi kudos because recently he initiated the LACTEC Laboratory Reference Center at Nairobi, whereby they're able to do research on diseases. Diseases have been there in Adam's clan ever since the world was created. And through Ahmed Khaledi has been able to establish this lab to do researches on how to be able to eradicate such diseases. Also, we have the sector of education. All you here go to schools. Schools is compulsory. And I'm really happy that the government also introduced the Kenya Science Engineering Fair. M-Pesa came from where small, brilliant minds like those of us, we are able to think big. We are able to come up with brilliant ideas on how to improve our generation, to head for that which you cannot attain. You know, everyone here has a dream. You have your dream and you want to live it. So if you have a dream, why can't you not follow your heart? I also have a dream. You know, I wish my Jiko could have a save us button, like Word. Maybe I could be doing my experiments on cooking and end up not ruining my dinner. It could be so fantastic. Then people, how do you tell me that innovation is a stimulant to morality? You talk of sex toys, things like those, but then just a piece of word. You know, no one here lives your life. You have the permission to make a decision on your own. And by the way, you know, an amazing way to deal with change is by deciding to lead an indecision into your life. Just accept change, put it on the positive side, and above all, we can make that dream of ours be a reality. I'm still on an innovation to make my Jiko have a save us button. And by then, future, and I'll be the president, I'll make it come true. Thank you.
We'll now hear rebuttals. Proposers, you have 3 minutes.
The most interesting thing about a postage stamp is that it is the persistence to which it sticks to its purpose and job. That is a quote by Napoleon Hill. My name is Alan Kemoshina Mumo from Anestar Boys High School, Lanet, here to propose a motion that innovation is a stimulant to immorality. Well, the first speaker talked about M-Pesa. M-Pesa is a brilliant idea of coming from brilliant minds from this land of ours. But what have we seen in the past? People are using fake text messages and they're stealing money and conning people of the money. Through the M-Pesa, you're sent a message and you're told that you want something through the M-Pesa. And then, by that, they con your money. She also said that by innovation, we have been able to manage HIV and AIDS. Well, statistics have it that 1.6 million people in Kenya, 1.6 million people in Tanzania, 1.2 million people in Zimbabwe, 978 people in Zambia are infected with HIV/AIDS. That is according to the research, 2011 by the UNAIDS. Then, how do you tell me that innovation has been able to curb and manage HIV and AIDS? Well, you can explain it more about that. Well, on the issue of pornography, in this hall, we have our jury, and we have the technical team. We also have our teachers. Imagine, allow me single out our own judge. And imagine you went home, you told us earlier on that you have an 11-year-old. Imagine you went home and found that that child watching a pornography, and maybe watching pornography. How will you feel? Well, if you fainted, I will forgive you for that. It's unheard of. It's irritating. It brings a lot of anger. So many films, so many pornographic materials are being produced every other minute in our society. And what has led to this? It has been led because of increase in technological innovation. Well, to my second point, security threats. Ladies and gentlemen, are we forgetting what happened in Garissa? Are we forgetting what happened at Mpeketoni? Are we forgetting Lamu? Are we forgetting the Westgate attack? Are you forgetting the most recent, the Garissa attack, where lives of youthful students was put to an end? If we forget that, I don't see the reason why we should be called humans. What led to those killings? It was led because of the innovation in war and making weapons. We have the M16, we have the machine guns, we have the M12. All these are guns and bombs which have a big effect in making damage. For how long, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking, for how long shall we lose lives? For how long shall we lose lives because of this innovation? For how long, my people? You've seen what Al-Qaeda has done. You've seen what Al-Shabaab has done. You've seen what Boko Haram has done. We shall not lose any more life. Yesterday was them. Who knows? Today or tomorrow, it could be you. Thank you so much.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes for your rebuttal.
As human beings, we are endowed with freedom of choice, and we cannot shuffle off our responsibility upon the shoulder of God or nature. We must shoulder it ourselves. It is upon us, either to practice immorality or not. What do you choose? Now, the issue of terror attacks. Do you prefer our Kenya Defense Forces using, and I quote, pangas, jembes, or rungus? No, it's impossible. Because of innovation, there are such equipment for war. On to my first point. Tobacco company has come up with the rules that regulate smoking in minor, finding of cash 50,000. Okay. You can't say that alcohol hasn't been there because Jesus changed water into wine. And that means that alcohol has been there. And because of technology, we are able to curb alcoholism. And that is the alcohol law. Let us look at the CCTV. It is used to record immorality taking place there. If it was not for the CCTVs in our major places or areas of work, would we have known what is going on inside there? Theft, etc. Then let us look at GPS. It is used to capture criminals trying to escape the hand of the law. It determines the location of the criminals across the globe. Seriously, reality and dreams do not always meet up. And there are a million reasons as to why we should see innovation in a different perspective. If you don't want to change, if you can't change something, change your attitude towards something. Thank you.
Oh, have you seen my M-Pesa? So swift and fine like M-Pesa. Send money from my phone, M-Pesa. Noonday and night, M-Pesa. Get to pay my bills, M-Pesa. M-Pesa.
Take part in the M Challenge by sending your short song, rap or poem about Safaricom M-Pesa on WhatsApp, and you could win 1,000 shillings in Safaricom airtime.
The proposers have been asked to elaborate more on how sex toys cause cancer, and the opposition have been asked, can thugs and thieves and bad people in society also not take advantage of technology such as CCTV? Proposers, you have 3 minutes.
My name is Alan Stomp, Anestar Boys Lanet. I would like to answer your question, in which you asked about how does sex toys cause cancer. Has it been proven? Yes, it has been proven by the University of Cambridge in the 2006 study that it not only causes cancer, but it causes people to objectification of people. Right now, I prefer to look at the half-full glass of the problems innovation has caused us, of the hurt innovation has caused us, of the pain we are left with up to now. A good example is Hiroshima. Because of innovation, a bomb was created, an atomic bomb was created, and it was dropped in Hiroshima. The effects up to now are still felt. The effects are still felt. Do you want to tell me that causing such harm is moral? Are you saying that taking the life of a child or harming the life of a child who's going to be born is moral? Can you imagine a mother has given birth to a child, but because of that bomb, because of that atomic weapon that was brought by the innovation, That mother has given birth to a child who's lame, to a child who's blind. A mother feels the pain of a child. So you can understand that pain the mother feels when a bomb caused by innovation was dropped and caused that pain. The next thing is marriages. As people going back to the point of masturbation and pornography, it has broken up marriages. I as a child I have no idea how I would live without my parents. So when the parents do break up because of innovation, because either the father or the mother is spending too much time on pornography sites, therefore he feels more urge and goes outside and looks for a different partner other than the wife. This leads up to breakages of marriage. So what I'm saying is, let us choose people over innovation. Let us choose our children over innovation. Let us not live in a world of lies. Innovation has done more harm than right. Thank you.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes to respond to the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, innovation is a stimulant to immorality. But I say no, innovation is not a stimulant to immorality. And to answer your questions, people are getting more wiser and more initiative. There's no way thieves can use CCTV cameras to conduct their objectives. There are passwords that they can use, and there are other securities that it is very hard to crack down or able to maneuver on them. On to my first point, there are rehabilitation centers that have been set up to correct alcoholics in the community. Right now, we know there are many alcoholics in the community who are causing hazards and conducting immorality. So these rehabilitation centers, due to innovation, have been able to curb immorality. How many of us have ever gone to clubs, parties? Quite a number. I'm sure you cannot go to a party or any club without an identity card. Identity cards are able to control immorality among youth. Therefore, they cannot go to these parties and misbehave. Currently, we have kids shows like No Zone, G3, and I'm sure all of them, they enhance moral skills of these young minds and children in our country. My last point is the family structures are changing and population is also changing. Through this population changing, we can able to curb high population to small population. Therefore, saving more, which can be used which can be spent on older people. Therefore, they can live long and able to utter wisdom. And as I finally live, mental breadth and depth are expanded in sound information and give ourselves to a purposeful information. From Singore Girls High School, I'm Sharon Kaptue.
We'll now hear closing statements. Proposers, you have 1 minute.
Wanasema kitanda usichokilalia hujui kungoni mwake. That is a Swahili proverb which says that you'll only feel an effect of a problem when you're directly affected. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not only speaking to you. We are live on national television. I'm speaking to the nation. How many times have we seen on TV our beautiful ladies in the campus, our beautiful young educated ladies in the university being subjected to unimaginable practices? We saw it. Was it last year in Mombasa, when some girls were subjected to something that I cannot even say on national television? I know most of you are knowledgeable and are keen to the news. It cannot be explained even on national TV. What I would like to say is this. Do we want to make a society that is full of evil, that is full of immorality, that is full of people who don't know even the next step they can take in their lives? Is that the society we want to make? Of course not. Of course not. And our parents can agree with me. We want to make a society of responsible, of mature people that can be responsible and take leadership in this country. We cannot be speaking of leadership while you are irresponsible, which has been brought by innovation. Thank you.
Opposition, you have a minute as well for your closing remarks.
Okay, it's once in a while that you are able to see yourself on television. And it's really a pride to me that right now I'm on air. I wish that all of you are here up so you could enjoy the moment that I'm feeling up here. And it is thanks to the press. They are able to educate people outside there. It is a great debaters contest. We are debating on issues that affect our high scholars, issues that affect our youth. Politicians in the making, maybe even. Now, you know, great men are little men expanded. Great lives are ordinary lives intensified. And for people are designed for accomplishment. They are engineered for success. And above all, they are endowed with the seeds of greatness. And in every one of us here, there is a genius in you. And to my opposers, just one definition of innovation. You know, innovation has been defined from the dictionary to the internet, but then I think this is my own definition of innovation. I'll define it with one word. Do you know the word? Spectacular.
But Sheba, you're the life of your team. You're a very strong debater, very good speaker, and your last word was spectacular, and that's how I'll describe your presentation as spectacular. Above all, I love your smile. You also say something about a Jiko. You are thinking of inventing a Jiko with a saving button. Honestly, remember me. If you make the Jiko, kindly give me one as you will. Thank you. I'm waiting for that, the day when you'll become the president. Yeah, you're a good debater, actually. I enjoyed listening to you. The other two, Nora and Sharon, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Sharon. You need to work on your debating skills. I think Bathsheba, was fighting the battle alone. You know, it's like you can only feel her in the team. Teamwork is very important. I think she's done a lot, but kind of, forgive me for the word, you've let her down in a way. You can see how to work together as a team for better presentation. It was a fair debate.
Sean, I like the name. All right. You started well. That was a strong start. You had an interesting point. Again, I say, being the first proposer, it's your best opportunity to begin with definition of terms. Good command of language, Sean, and that was good. Alan, as much as I've always said, cite the source carefully. Give credit to the author by articulating the words of the quote properly. If you've borrowed somebody's quote, read it. If you can't remember it, because there's no point of you citing the author and you're not giving us the quote eloquently. All right, so you can read it and then maybe just talk from that point on. Now, I don't know whether it's us who are old school and you're digital, but we want to believe we're not that old. We really had an issue about sex toys. Why did you people just reduce innovation to sex? There's so much more with innovation. I tried to defend you a bit by saying maybe it's the audience you're dealing with, but no, I think there's a lot more you'd have handled and tackled other than just issues of sex.
Anestar Boys Lanet, the judges awarded you 61%. Please give them a round of applause. Young ladies from Singore Girls, the judges awarded you 63%. You are our winners for the debate.
Congratulations to the ladies, and it was a very good and an impressive effort from both teams. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning in and watching the show. And of course, we'd like to thank Safaricom M-Pesa and KBC Channel 1. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Great Debaters EA and on our other social media pages. I have been your host, Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Nyambok. Catch you next time.
The Great Debaters Contest was brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.